One of the biggest lies that people believe is that exile means chaos. That when judgment falls, everything is just broken, scattered, random, and out of control. But the architecture says the opposite. Exile is measured. And that doesn't make it light or painless or fair from our side of it, but it does mean that it's not lawless. It's not outside the record, it's not outside the court, and it's not outside the count. And that's one of the strongest things that the Enoch material shows. In the Book of Watchers, the offending powers are bound for 70 generations. In the dream visions, the exile period is administered through 70 shepherds. Different section, different context, but same architectural principle. It's rule under judgment, which is counted. Oversight during judgment is counted. Even the time given to corrupted powers is counted. And that should hit people hard because most people think that oppression means Yahuwah has lost control of the structure. No, the structure's still there. The problem isn't that judgment has no limits. The problem is that men don't see the limits while they're living inside them. And that's why the 70 shepherds matter so much. They're not just symbols dropped into the story to make it sound mystical. They're a measured administration. They're a given scope, a commission, a limit, and then they're judged for exceeding it. And that's massive because it means that even the instruments of judgment get judged. So let that sink in. A ruler can be permitted for a time and still be guilty. A power can be used in judgment and still be condemned for excess. An empire can be allowed and still be accountable. That's not random history, that's covenant government. And that opens up scripture in a huge way. Now, exile isn't just punishment, it's audit. Now, oppression isn't invisible, it's recorded. Now, duration isn't meaningless, it's measured. And that should radically change how people read the world now. Because when you're watching wicked rule, corrupt systems, predatory leaders, and institutions devour people, the instinct is to think that all of it's just out of control, but the architecture says no. It's on a leash. A long leash sometimes. It could be a brutal leash sometimes, but it's still on a leash. And that means the righteous aren't suffering in a universe with no ledger. The remnant isn't buried in a story with no accounting. The powers aren't writing their own ending. Their excess is counted, their violence is counted, their overreach is counted, and their day is counted. Exile is terrible, but it's not shapeless. And if exile is measured, then release isn't fantasy either. It means judgment has a boundary. It means the record closes. It means the shepherds answer for what they did. It means the night doesn't last because it feels endless to the sheep. It lasts until the count is complete. And that's one of the most frightening truths for the wicked and one of the most stabilizing truths for the righteous, because it means history isn't just happening, it's being audited.